here and share a little bit, maybe about his journey, and how Operation 612 came about. And whatever God lays on his heart, I just called him on the carpet.
All right. That bus feels real good, Tiny. Vengeance is not mine. So, anyway, 0 G's and I feel fine. Who said that? Anyone? Anyone know that? Who? John Glenn. Man we lost, what was it, a day ago, 2 days ago? And he was a great patriot. He was an American hero. He accomplished many, many, many things in his life. He went from being great at one thing to being great at another. And he's a very inspiring man. But those words are one of the most famous words uttered by him, or by anybody in the space community. And to me, it rings true in Christianity. I don't know if everybody here knows Christ or not, but if you don't, I want you to understand a little bit about what Christ is for me. Christ is for me 0 G's and I feel fine. I had a dark past with addiction, and with I ended up going to a correctional facility in Columbus for about a year, and it was the addiction was a very dark time in my life. When I was in prison, God used that time to rehabilitate me, which is quite an interesting place for God to give someone freedom in. But it's where I found my freedom. And day after day, God blessed me. One blessing after the next, He continued to bless me with knowledge, freedom, understanding, His Word, one thing after the other. He continued to build and build and build and build. And He built within me this passion to do what I do today, which is to help out young men struggling with addiction, and to help people understand, and to help people to push them in the right direction, to guide them, to lead them. So He birthed within me this passion while I was in prison. And I look back at that time, and anybody who's ever done any time would understand that it could be a very dark time. But for me, it was dark, but it was also very enlightening as God took me on that journey. And as an addict, I would cry out to God like a blubbering little baby many, many, many nights, because I couldn't understand, I couldn't figure out why I didn't have the power to overcome. I would live my life during the day, and at night I would hate myself. I would hate myself night after night. And I would cry out to God, and I wouldn't understand why He doesn't come through, why He doesn't help me out. But I kept praying, and I kept asking, please take this addiction from me. I will do anything. I do not care what it is. Take this addiction. And I woke up in jail. And when I did, I remember on my knees praising God, thanking Him for the opportunity. I was that desperate for help. I was worshiping Him without having any idea what was going to happen next. And I was in so much pain that I was able to worship Him in jail, which is quite unusual, actually, I think. But at the same time, like my brother Mark, who works with the ministry, always asks our guys, what is there any length? How far are you willing to go to get sober? How far are you willing to go to find help, to get hope? Because at the end of the day, if you have any reservations about getting help, then you're not ready yet. But when I found myself in jail, and I was praising God, in that moment came all the freedom I needed. Came all the freedom was ever praying for. And I felt the presence of God. And I yearned for the presence of God like a heroin addict yearns for that next shot. I yearn to feel the Holy Spirit in my life. And there are times when the Holy Spirit will overwhelm you with so much peace and so much presence. You know what I'm talking about, Dan, right? That's right. That's right. He had a God experience at church the other day where the Holy Spirit just surrounded him and ministered to him. And that freedom, that's something that I chase. And whenever there's something in my life that is holding me from that freedom, I go crazy because I don't want it there. And so I pray. And so I give it to God. And so I hand it over. And so what comes in return is peace. What comes in return is 0 G's and I feel fine. That's what comes. There's nothing like it. There is nothing like it. Because when you're out there on the street and you're using, you feel that way for a moment and I got to wake up the next morning to myself and I don't like myself. Right? That's what Christ does. Christ brings 0 G's and I feel fine. That's what He brings. It is the most amazing feeling in the world. And one thing I tell my guys all the time is, if there's a battle raging in your head, you're already losing. Right, guys? You're already losing. The battle does not belong in your head. The battle in your mind does not belong there. It belongs at the feet of Jesus. You hand it over to Him, and He'll take care of that battle. Very important, because you are not going to win against that battle against Satan in your own mind. I promise you that. You will not feel fine. Every time somebody leaves my program before they're supposed to, there is a battle in their mind and they give in. There is no exception. They say, "Oh, my family. Oh, I just want some freedom to do this. Oh, I just want..." Your freedom comes from Christ. It's going to take God to heal your family. It's going to take God to bring that peace that we all chase and we all want. And those petty things that you're holding on to, it's time to let them go. It's time to get rid of them. Lay them at the feet of Jesus. We have burdens. We have struggles. That is so. That is real. But we don't have to hang on to them. We do not have to live with them day in and day out. Some of us have financial struggles. Some of us medical struggles. And some of us just got kids that drive us nuts. Right, Keegan? No, but we all have something that is painful and that hurts. And it doesn't belong in your mind or on your heart. It belongs at the feet of Jesus. You see, we were not designed for pain. We were not designed for death. We were not designed for sin. And all those things throw us into a turmoil that we can never get a grasp of. That only Jesus can help us with. He says in His Word, "Cast your cares upon me, because I care for you." It sounds simple. It's because it is. And as someone once said, if it sounds too good to be true, it must be the gospel. Because it really is too good to be true. It really is undeserved. It really is something to want to shout about. Switch on here. AJ?
What's that?
AJ?
There you go. You're good.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
AJ is the tech guy around here, so if anything goes wrong, just yell at him. So anyway, that's what I have to say, but I also want to say that I was just speaking to the pastor back there a little bit ago about this is one of the first times in my life I have ever been to a place that actually feels the way church is supposed to feel. A brotherhood, a family. Okay, what you guys got going on here is real. It is real. The Warriors are real. Okay? They are the real deal. AJ.
That cable way more. The cable or the mic.
What's that?
It's in the cable or the mic.
Okay. There a switch?
No, that's what. There you go. You're good.
I can get loud.
Get loud.
I just dropped.
You have to
Get
wiggle
loud.
for it to work.
What's that?
You have to wiggle for it to work.
I have to wiggle? No, you don't. Y'all don't want none of that. Y'all don't want none of that. But anyway, the Warriors are awesome. I love the Warriors. They're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Put that online. And they are a true family, and I really appreciate them. They've been a real blessing to our family at 612. And we always feel at home when we're around you guys. Except for Jim, he's crazy. Where's Jim? Jim is crazy. Yep. Yep. No, but we love the Warriors, and we are extremely excited about moving forward. And there's Jim. Extremely excited about moving forward, and we are already working on some projects together, which is exciting for me. We get to meet a lot of ministries with what we do, but a few of them excite me the way you guys do. So what a wonderful family, what a great family. And God's hand is all over this ministry. The Spirit is moving all over this ministry. Families are being saved. Families are being brought together. There's being healing going on here. And it's real. And it's awesome. And yeah. Cast your cares on Him. He cares for you guys. So that's all I got, Tiny.